There is no question of failure unless I decide that that constitutes a success. Now, for example, if you had come here thinking that spending an hour over here would be fruitful if I say a few kinds of things, then you may find this event to be successful or failed against the benchmark that you had already set. Against the benchmark that you had already set, that my goal is to go there and gather this kind of information. Now then you can say that, oh, I have failed because I wanted this and this does not happen. I wanted A and A did not materialize. But there may be another kind of individual present over here who did not come here out of expectations, who has just come here and is listening. Now there is no question of success or failure for that person. Failure is only against the backdrop of a pre-existing desire. And all your desires are not yours. So how can even failure be yours? Your problem is your success is not yours, even your failure is not yours. So before you jump into these words, my success, my failures, my goals, my ambitions, find out how much of my is there in any of these. Find that out.
Sir,
what about
there are 300 million people in India who are living less than $1. And I am from a village. Nearby my village, there is a village. And there approx 500 people are living. I have seen by myself there are families who are not able to get the meal for 2 times. They are living one-time meal in their life. Whenever there is any problem, like in the rainy season, there are a lot of viral diseases. And when they face such kind of problems, diseases, they are not able to procure them because they don't have money. And they are dying. They are crying. So they don't have any desire. They want to secure their family, themselves, feed themselves. Maybe let's remove this bearing part because we are bearing to cover ourselves from the society. Okay, let's remove. Our basic need is to drink and eat so that our body can function.
You had already talked about it. Eating,
Bro, wearing, I'm leaving wearing.
Eating की बात करी थी ना, 2000 kilograms, you remember?
No, I'm talking about these people, 300.
Forget about those people, you or that person. We all are same as far as our basic needs go. There is very little that we require for that. What you are sitting in this campus for is not to prevent yourself against untimely death coming out of a viral disease. You are sitting here chasing grand ambitions. Talk about yourself.
That's where from my dream is came.
No. Then again you are a slave to the past. Are you right now in that situation? I was miserable 3 years back. I'm alright right now. But the memory of that misery is haunting me. So much so that I cannot live in the present. Do you see that this is mental sickness? If I am slave to something that happened years back, and that is what is happening. What else is all this religious hatred, national hatred, memories of the past that you cannot do away with? मेरे साथ अतीत में कुछ हुआ and I am unable to let go of that. Are you right now that person?
Sir, I'm just saying.
Are you right now that person?
I wasn't that person, but I want to secure them. That's why I came here. I can earn money so that
Wait, sir,
I can help them.
Wait. When you say you want to secure somebody, do we really understand what is the meaning of this word security? Can a person who is deeply insecure himself give security to somebody else? I have 10 rupees with me. What is it? What is the maximum that I can give you? 10 rupees. I can only give what I have. If I am ridden with violence, with mischief, with insecurity, with fear, with ghosts of the past? Do you really think I can make somebody else's life secure? That is what all parents try to do. They try to give a lot to their kids without having it with themselves. I want to give peace to others, whereas I am a deeply violent man. Now, can I do that? The fact is, if I am insecure, howsoever hard I may try, I will only spread more and more insecurity around me. That's an inviolable existential law. You cannot make others insecure without first being deeply secure in your mind. And security does not come out of dreams.
So what about a world vision if we talk about it? A world vision is one of the things which takes you to future itself.
See,
And if you don't think about the future in that sense, in that perspective, don't you think that you are losing on something?
no, you see, what do you mean by a vision? Let's come look at it very directly. What do you mean by a vision? Marx had a particular vision. And what was his vision? To turn the entire world into a communist state. Correct? Am I right? There are many other people who have their vision. Communists have their own vision. All kinds of other organizations, depending on their particular affiliations, they have their own vision. What would happen if these visions start getting realized? What would happen if these visions start getting realized? What do you think would have happened had Marx really realized his vision of turning the entire world red? I wouldn't have been speaking to you this way. My vision comes from my limited mind, my conditioning. And the vision is about the unseen future, which is vast and full of possibilities. And what am I doing by having a vision? I am cutting down, I am aborting all the possibilities except the one that my mind is obsessed with. Except the one that my mind is obsessed with. I want to cut down all the possibilities. So I have a vision for my child's future. And where does that vision come from if I am a parent?
From my past.
From my past. I have a vision. And very proudly I declare that. And the child squirms and cringes. That what are you doing, Dad? Kindly don't have any visions, let me live. And that is very obvious when one man does that to his child. Unfortunately, it is not very obvious when we do it to ourselves. It is not very obvious when I do it to myself. So much so that we start feeling very, very offended when it is told to us that this world of dreams and visions that we are living is illusionary and false.
So again, if vision was not being there, then maybe possible we would not have met at the same point. Like if you're talking about the present moment only, we are here because somebody else have vision.
How?
That we want some.
How? Show me.
Like somebody have this seed in the mind that I want to create.
I am
such
speaking
a-
to you right now,
Yes.
and I don't have any vision. I didn't come here
But you
with any
follow somebody's
expectation.
vision?
No, not at all. I have no idea what is the kind of question that might be posed by you. 3 or 4 of you have already spoken. I had no vision when I came over here. What is happening right now is not at all a result of somebody's vision. Not at all.
Prashant, I have one question here. I'm sorry, I was in a meeting, so I just came right now. If somebody doesn't have a vision, as you said, the Marx vision would have been fulfilled, then the whole world would have been red. But if somebody doesn't think, that they have to go in a certain way, then the whole situation and whole circumstances will lead him or her wherever the person goes. So maybe this will be the best for him or the humanity, but the opposite may also be true. Because unless you have a clear idea where you want to go, maybe with your going there, something else will
So
unfold.
sir, as the two of us are talking,
Yeah.
do we have a clear idea where we want to go?
No, I have just, in the space of little confusion, and so I just want clarity.
So we are talking without having any idea where to go, right? And yet the discussion is proceeding so nicely and so smoothly, and it is furthering everybody's understanding. You just nodded. Did you nod by thinking? Did you plan to nod? Was there even a faint vision behind that? It is just happening. There is a particular flow.
Yep.
There is a particular flow, and it's happening. It's proceeding. There is no need for a vision. It's happening.
Yeah.
Right now it's happening.
Sure.
It's in front of everybody. Where is the need for that? There is no need for it in real life, but there is a great need for it in the insecure mind. The insecure mind says that even before I take one step, I must know in advance what will be the outcome. And the outcome must be as per my security. The free-flowing mind, the healthy mind, does not require or demand security. It is happy in the flow, just as we were happy in the flow. You asked me something, I responded, then you responded, then I did, and so on and so forth, right? And a healthy discussion just ensued, without any planning, without any vision. But then, there might be an odd insecure student here who would first think 2 steps ahead before asking a question, just as you do in a game of chess. Now, if you start living your life that way, then you are inviting suffering and frustration. Thinking 2 steps ahead. Getting it?
But again,
Anticipation.
Prashant, it will be whatever MBAs are teaching or what is being taught in MBA education is like that only.
So how are these poor souls responsible for that? They didn't devise their curriculum. It's your own life that you have to live, right? Not the life of those who wrote those books on management. You have one life, and that is your life, right? You are not obliged to live the life of anybody who is writing those books and management gurus. And you have your own intelligence and your own eyes to look into it. You are intelligent, right? And you have your own eyes to look into it, to go into it. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that? Why is it so difficult? I take you back to that. You see, the topic is work-life integration. I came here and asked them that any integration presupposes a separation. Now, first of all, you create a lot of separation and then you try to find ways for integration. My question is, why must you separate in the first place? Why must you live a fragmented life? Why must you?
This is the nature of life.
This is the nature of the life that you are living. This is not the nature of life itself. For what is life? Life is something far, far different from your own conditioned being. Life includes your capacity to observe and find out intelligently for yourself. Life very much includes that. Does it or does it not? Life includes that. So do not just call it the nature of life. That is the nature of our life, not the nature of life. We have condemned ourselves to this kind of life. Life didn't come and say that make me this.
So anticipation is a good quality?
See, anticipation is a good quality, alright. You throw a stone at me and I anticipate that's alright. That's alright. But you are not anticipating. I used the word forecasting. You are not forecasting or projecting. You are desiring. You are desiring. And you are desiring based on something from the past. It is alright. there is a snake in front of me, and based on my past, I know that it is poisonous and I run away. That is an entirely different affair. You throw a stone at me and I swivel away. That's also an entirely different affair. But is that what we do in our corporate lives? No, we don't do that. We do something totally different. Again, none of what I say holds any value, any importance. Because what I am saying is so obvious that it has no value to it. All I can ask you is, all I can request you for is some concern towards yourself. A modicum of self-love. A little bit of sensitivity. Once you have it, you will find it out for yourself.
Is that a vision, sir? Is that a vision?
No, that's not vision. That's an existential thing. A child has it. You prick a child, it will not tolerate. You give it any kind of discomfort, it will not tolerate. But we as adults have been conditioned to be cruel towards ourselves. It's not out of a vision that a child says, no, don't take away my toy. It won't take it. It won't tolerate. But then we keep on leading days and days in which we suffer in our offices, in which we suffer even at our homes, but we have become so cruel to ourselves that we don't even realize what is happening. We think that this is the nature of life, and then we declare that proudly. जिंदगी ऐसी तो होती है, नहीं जिंदगी ऐसी नहीं होती है, आपने ऐसी बना ली है. You suffer 9 till 7 in your job, but then you have become so thick-skinned that you don't even realize what you are doing. What is happening to you? You want to tell me that we are condemned to live this kind of life? No, not really.
Somebody is saying I want to become a CEO of any organization. Is he wrong?
How do I know? Ask him. Why does he want to become the CEO?
Because that gives him happiness.
Think of that means you are unhappy right now. If I am unhappy right now, can the cure lie in a future moment when I become the CEO? You said, I want to become the CEO because that gives me happiness. I can demand happiness only if I am unhappy right now. Do you see that? If I am unhappy right now, the treatment must happen right now. What is the point in dreaming up a future treatment? If you are unhappy right now, go get a treatment right now. Become happy right now.
And how should I become?
Now that's the question. Good. Yes. How to do that? How to do that? Will thinking take you there?
Sir, without...
Wait. Will thinking take you there? Will thinking take you towards happiness?
No.
Why?
We have to execute that.
You will only execute what you think. In fact, thought itself is execution. Will thinking take you there? You are not listening, are you? You are not really listening. Still lost in your words. Are you listening? Will thinking take you there?
No,
Why can't thinking take you there?
because thinking is already, thought is already a past
Beautiful.
or maybe in future.
Good.
It's not in present.
Now she has conditioned by your thoughts.
No, not really.
No.
In fact, wait.
What sir actually is saying is you need to desire, but you should also look at the practicality aspect of it.
Exactly. If whatever you are desiring, if you are not able to achieve that, you won't be happy.
No,
That's
Ravi,
what-
see, like becoming a CEO, it's a future desire, and you should also look at the practicality aspect of it.
Man, there is no present if you measure in seconds.
No.
But we...
Beta, are you alive?
Vision,
Are
how
you
to
alive?
create value?
Wait. Are you alive?
Yes. Sir.
Are you alive in the past?
Yeah, I was.
No, you was nahi. Are you are? Are is in the present tense. Are you alive in the past?
That's we made.
Are you alive in the past?
I was alive.
Are you right now alive in the past?
My memories are alive.
Only the memories in the past, right? Are you alive in the past?
Yes, sir.
Are you alive in the past? Don't argue for the sake of it. Are you alive in the past?
My memories.
Memory is there, memory is dead. This camera has a lot of memory of my earlier speeches. Am I speaking there at this moment? Memory is dead.
But we are not discussing about living and non-living things.
No, wait. He says there is no present. So get into it. If there is no present, then there is nobody speaking here. Because I am not speaking in the past. And I am not alive in the past either. The fact that we are alive means we are in the present. Because you cannot be alive in the past or in the future. The future has yet not come and the past has already gone. So if you are alive, you are in the present. Don't dispute that. The present is when you are alive. It's just that you are unable to think of it, so you are helpless. You can't think about it, but you are alive. When else are you alive? It's not a question of practicality, that desires have to be practical. It's a question of understanding where this entire thing comes from. If you just go deeply into this one sentence, that I am unhappy and I want to become happy by becoming a CEO, then this word becoming will reveal its falseness to you. Becoming cannot take you anywhere. If you are unhappy right now, then this moment is devastated. If you are unhappy the next moment, the next one is also devastated. No amount of wishful thinking can cure the unhappiness of this moment. He asked a very pertinent question, how to be happy this moment? Let's go back to that. How to be happy this moment? Well, I'll just turn it around and ask you, how not to be happy this moment? How not to be happy this moment? You cannot be happy this moment by strolling around there or there. That's certain. You cannot be happy in this moment by taking happy dreams, which most of us do as an escape from the present, which is full of suffering, hurt, frustration. What do? What do? This present moment is so boring. What do? I start dreaming of a nice future, or I go into the memories of a nice past. Now that only proves how inadequate I am. Now, if I were adequate, then I would rise to the challenge that this moment is throwing at me. I will not escape into memories or dreams. We escape into memories or dreams because we find that we cannot respond adequately to the present moment. We find that we are helpless in the present moment. But then running away to the future or to the past will not help you either. All you can do is look at what is right now. Look at it. And when you get deeply into it, then you find that you have also encountered, you have looked deeply at your unhappiness, at your hurt.
So, but no. You have done MBA yourself. So, I'm not happy because I'm sitting here till 9:30. Excuse me, sir.
No, please carry on.
I'm sitting here 9:30. I have to work. I have to read. I have to do assignment. If I won't do this, I'll be free. I'll be there.
Right.
So I'm doing good or bad?
See, now this is coming out.
Yes.
The source of all unhappiness.
Yes.
Good that it is coming out.
Yes.
This is what is called being sensitive to oneself. Right now, because you are a student, so you can say this. There is a corner of your mind which confronts this. By the time you become a manager, you may find that there is no corner left. Everything has become so numb and dull that you don't even know that you hate being in the office till 9:30. Now, if this is what I am doing, then should I not find out why the hell am I doing this? When I came here last time, it was to speak to your juniors. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
The first year batch.
Yes, sir.
And the first question I asked them, was, why are you here? I asked this to them because that was the right time. Now Ravi, you are asking a little too late. But it's still time as far as your corporate career goes. They were about to commence a journey. You too are about to commence a journey outside the campus. You must ask yourself, in the light of this experience, why did I come here? And similarly, why the hell am I going there? I am not asserting that you must not go. Mind you, I have not come here with an agenda to establish that you must go there or must not go there. I am just asking you to find out for yourself that this is what the entire stuff is all about. This is the daily routine it gives me. This is the lifestyle it gives me. Get up at 9, just as you said, that 9:30 and all that. Get up at 9, pick up your vehicle, go on a sales call, keep reporting to boss every 3 hours. This is the lifestyle it gives me. Why the hell am I here? Because I have grand ambitions to pursue. And then again, you will be asking the same questions 2 years down the line. Today, you have a very benevolent teacher in front of you, so you can just request him to excuse you. Your boss may not be so friendly. In fact, then because under the load of your ambitions, you won't even want to say that. You will say, I love my work so much, I am so damn passionate about it, that I really enjoy being here till 11:30. That's what will become of you. I love selling shoes or credit cards or SIM cards or whatever, I don't know, condoms and the stuff. That's my passion. That's what I was made for.
Sir, what should I do?
Find it out yourself. You see, what's your age?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Till 22 years of age, you have been asking this question to others. And that is the reason why you find yourself without an answer right now. Answer can come only from within. Your answers have all been coming from outside. Society has given you answers, religion has given you answers, morality has given you answers, education has given you answers. Have you given yourself any answer? Have you tried to find it out? And listen, Ravi, who is Ravi? You or me? If Ravi doesn't know, how can Prashant know?
No, the question is, I will be set free. I don't need to do anything.
Ravi, don't jump so far forward. Being in your own state, do you really know what is it to be set free? If I have never known freedom, I have only an imagination of what freedom is all about. So don't talk about freedom, only talk about slavery, which is the present reality. Because freedom for you is only an imagination, and imaginations don't help. Look at the reality that I am bonded under the load of my aspirations. Look at that. Don't dream of freedoms. Because freedom means different things to different people according to their conditioning. Depending on who you are, your concept, your thought, your idea, your imagination of freedom will be different. So don't dream of freedom. One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. We all know that. Right? Talk of slavery. Talk of bondage.
And Mahatma Gandhi was wrong because he said.
Neither you nor I am Mahatma Gandhi. You are raising Mahatma Gandhi only because it has been fed into your mind that he is an important fellow. We are talking about our lives. Your one life, Ravi, not Mahatma Gandhi's.
We aspire and inspire from them because they have.
Who will get
what I am
inspired?
doing.
Who will get inspired? Ravi.
Yes.
And who is Ravi? Does he know him? Does he know himself?
Yes. Ravi is a human being who wants to become an entrepreneur, and
And that want is coming from an external influence. Where is Ravi?
Because
What is a human being, Ravi, by the way? You said Ravi is a human being. What do you mean by human being?
it is a creation by the God. And
Who is God?
That is not existing.
An imagination.
That what we believe, because this is the
Ravi,
society.
we nahi, I. Who is God, Ravi? Who is Ravi's God? Where is Ravi's God?
That
All stuff that has been fed into your mind, right? Have you met him? Any personal experience?
no.
No. So just an imagination. Just an imagination. So who is a human being, Ravi, then? Ravi doesn't know himself. Ravi says, I am a human being. When I ask him who is a human being, he says the creation of God. Who is God? My own imagination. So who is Ravi? His own imagination.
So there is no God.
Ah, you tell me. You raised God. I didn't.
Then you are defending that there is no God.
I don't know anything about God. You said God. So I asked you, do you know God? And if you don't know, what right do you have to speak of God?
So that's what society, and we are living.
So where is Ravi? Just say, I am society.
What I'm saying, if I want to live in this
रवि
society,
आई माने रवि तो आई यूज करने से पहले बताओ वो आई है कौन और रवि कौन है ह्यूमन बीइंग कौन है जो गॉड ने बनाया गॉड का ना रवि की इमेजिनेशन
there is no Ravi because Ravi has given name surprise.
बट देन देयर इज अ रवि
Yeah,
देयर इज अ रवि फाइंड हिम आउट
No, the point
Sir,
is,
sir, again, if he find it out, he again will think about the same.
no don't project what will happen don't project find out first because what you may find out may be beyond all your beliefs and dreams and thoughts so find him out the real Ravi. Right now you are just speculating and speculation doesn't help.
How can we know that this is speculation? Like, take it as a speculation itself. Then how can we think that what we will think? Definitely it will be the
No,
same
you
thing.
won't think, you'll find out.
We will find out, and that will be the right thing. Who
Because
will
you'll
judge,
find
who will
out.
judge that?
Hmm?
Who will judge that?
There is no question of judging. You see, I judge something when it is outside of me. I can judge this, I can judge this, I can judge this. But what's your name?
Karan.
Karan, are you here or do you judge that you are here?
And
You are here. There is no judgment involved. In finding oneself, there is no need of judgment. You don't believe that you are here. Forget about even here. Karan, do you believe that you exist or do you exist?
I exist.
I exist. Right? You exist. There is no judgment needed. When the self is to be found out in matters of life, there is no need for a belief or a judgment. It is obvious because I am not finding something outside of me. Where is the question of belief? I know that I exist. Find yourself out.
and then that is also goal.
So there will be
To
some
find myself, to find Ravi, I'm setting goal.
No, you're right. See, goal can only be to the extent that the mind discovers its falseness. That Ravi said he's a human being, Ravi said he's God's child, Ravi said this, Ravi said that. To that extent, mind will function. Whatever mind created. All these are mind's creations, right? Imaginations we said. To that extent, yes, you take a goal and go ahead. But finding Ravi cannot be the mind's function.
how to find some.
How to find? Again, coming back to that question. Don't try to imagine what you are. Just see that what you think you are may not be true. Do not look at imaginary selves that this is what I am and all that. Find out whether this definition of Ravi, that Ravi wants to be an entrepreneur, is this what Ravi is? This definition of Ravi, that Ravi is a human being in such and such body, whether this is Ravi, some hints, a few hints, something that keeps changing, coming and going, that cannot be you. Something that is a product of external influences, that cannot be you. This is sufficient. Find out that which is not a product of external influences. Is everything in you a product of external influences coming from external outside? Find out that which is not coming from outside. That is you. Be with that.
And what do I do by knowing that what I am?
Why must you have to do something?
Sir, finally the question is comes, if I want to.
Have you ever been in love, Ravi?
Not yet.
Do you ask this question, and what do I do by kissing you?
Sorry. It gives happiness.
It is there. It doesn't give. That moment itself is sufficient. It doesn't give after some time. Or do you kiss today and be happy after a week? Dreaming about it, fantasizing. You don't. You will do that. And if you do that, that's a sickness.
Everybody do that.
And we all know we all are sick then. There are some things where you do not ask for a result. They are self-sufficient.
If I am having a quality to think about something and that to let's say
Please
someone
use it.
fantasize.
Please use it.
So yes, we.
But then do not use it as a forecast. You have been given that for your physical survival. It's just like a radar that a plane has. You know what does a radar do? It tells it what lies ahead in the future. That is there for the plane's survival. So you have been given eyes, they tell you what's there 4 steps ahead. And that 4 steps ahead is future. But then the eyes are not there to produce desires. They are there for your pure survival. What has happened is, we have turned survival into desiring. Please use all your faculties. Please be very, very intelligent. Please do see that if global warming continues, then by 2060 the ice caps will melt by that extent. Project. This is called projection. Project. And take intelligent action based on that. Desiring, you understand what I am saying. Desiring is an entirely different thing altogether. If I am sick and my doctor gives me 3 months,
Just one question.
then I can very well project that by next Holi I will be dead. That is one thing. Projecting that by next Holi I will be dead. But then we all know what am I going to do. I am going to desire that I do not be dead. There is a difference between these two. Now do not get up and get at me saying that, sir, should I not want to live any further? I am giving you an example to understand what is the difference between projecting and desiring.
Sir, why should I take action against global warming?
Didn't say that. Why will you ever take action against anything? In fact, by all your means, you will only perpetuate it. You see, why at all do people say, does anybody say, all outsiders, does society say that global warming is harmful? What is the maximum that can happen out of it? You and I are not going to suffer very soon. Right? First of all, the tiny sea creatures will die. Then all the aquatic life that is living in the ice cap areas, that is going to suffer. Then when the water level, the sea level rises, then the coastal areas, they will suffer. And there also, not those who live in mansions, they will not suffer. The poor will suffer. Alright? You and I will not suffer. Suffering will come to us way later. Let's say the average global temperature goes up by 3 degrees. We can easily adjust our ACs to a temperature 3 degrees lower, and we'll be alright. To feel for other, to feel for that man who lives on the shore, or to feel for that animal who is going to be killed, I must first have a tremendous capacity to feel for myself. I am so insensitive towards myself, how will I ever feel anything for other? I am so full of violence towards myself, how will I ever have any sensitivity towards the pain of other? So even if you want to do something against global warming, you cannot. You cannot. Because that requires tremendous compassion. And I don't have that. I don't have that. See, this can continue till whatever time. As I said, all that I have said holds very, very little value. You will have to figure it out for yourself. because it is your life. Right? Just remember this. And you are not obliged to suffer. You are not obliged to be bored and frustrated. You are not obliged to carry hanging faces like these. It is not your duty and responsibility to sacrifice your life for the sake of X, Y, Z. Not at all. Please be a little kind towards yourself. That's all. Thank you.